Hey everyone, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to Quiet Confidence. I'm excited to be here with you today. And today I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on the introvert success framework that I created for female direct sellers who just happen to be introverts. As I almost said longtime introvert. I've always been an introvert. I have had a 22-year journey in the direct selling industry, all with the same company, and had a lot of barriers that I broke through, but then also a lot of headaches and a lot of frustrations and a lot of unhappiness and a lot of just disruption in peace, and decided that I would love to serve those people that are in the direct selling industry, that are females, that are leaders, and that just happen to be introverts, because I really feel like we are underserved. And so at least speaking with somebody that kind of knows what you're going through, I was hoping that this would be really helpful. So if you don't have my introvert success framework that printed out, my nails, Matt. Oh, that's just crazy. You can easily get that, okay, from a couple of places. I will put it in the description below, so you can just click the link and you can just pull it up. Or you're welcome to come join us over at our Facebook group. It's called the, let me put it up so this can help you. Oh, that's potential spam. The United States is calling me. Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. That is the name of our Facebook group. And so we have a really unique community in there, and have some fun announcements that I'm going to share with you at the end. So hang tight with me. You probably have heard me talk a little bit on Instagram about knowing your exact client, and that's just part of the puzzle, part of the framework. 2, 3, 4. There's 5 major components that I have found in going through this process and kind of pulling out things that I think are going to be the most helpful in you to attract quality leads that you enjoy working with, that aren't going to waste your time, and that there's going to be a special bond that you have with them so that they will never want to go elsewhere for whatever it is that you are promoting with your direct selling company. So today I'm talking about branding yourself. And I remember, it's probably been a couple of years now that I first heard this. And I think it was the very first aha that I had about that, like the hope that I could take this information that I was learning and bring it to other people that would really benefit from it. And so the idea is that so often with our direct selling companies, they're powerful. They have lots of money that we as individuals don't have, and they have some really great marketing departments, sales departments, things like that can produce top quality materials. And they do as good of a job as they can to, number one, keep themselves safe from people, both in the company and out of the company. We want inside the company, we want to be sure that the people that represent us are doing it in a ethical, legal, professional way when they're on social media. And outside the company, we want to make sure that anybody that wants to learn about what it is that the direct selling company offers, that they're getting a voice that the company, the corporation is wanting to be sure that they see a voice that's professional and caring and not spammy. And so a lot of times the corporation does a really great job at providing the salesperson in the field some great tools, whether it be, some ideas on what you could post daily on your social media. They'll even give you the pictures. They'll give you the words, like everything that you need. And they only have the ability as a corporation to do so much because they're limited on time, on resources, on people. The very first time that I heard brand yourself and not your company, like I said, it was just that aha moment. And all of this time, let me tell you, when I got started with my direct selling company, there was email. Email was big. When I got started. The internet was there, but it wasn't. No social media was there. So email was the big thing, and then came social media. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, I wanted just to let you know kind of what I saw. And so, as an introvert, I was taught certain ways to grow business, and they were great ways. They were ethical, moral. They had the potential of being fun, honest, trustworthy. And my leaders are amazing leaders. They were top leaders. They were, number one in the company leaders, all of those things. But there was just that little something that just didn't click all the way for me. So then comes social media, and that just all kinds of things had to be learned on how to talk on social media and how to present your products on social media, and to be professional and attractive, and to have somebody be interested in buying. And I think at the beginning, social media was much more of a billboard versus a tool to actually interact with people. And so I'm sure whatever direct selling company you're with went through the same phase of just post it on your main page, like just billboard it. Well, those people that that followed you weren't interested in billboards. And I still see a lot of people using their products and putting it up as a billboard, whether that be on Instagram or Facebook. And so coming back to the idea of branding yourself, and I'm going to get into why I think it's so powerful. You are you and not the company you represent. Now, growing up in my company, it was just kind of a saying, you might be the only blah that somebody ever meets. So, of course, we want to be professional. We want to be sure that we do things ethically, morally, well. But to believe that all of us are a bunch of company founders running around was somewhat limiting. Not because the company founders weren't great people or didn't do amazing things or didn't help lots of people, but we as individuals are not that person. And so over time, I found that the billboard type of presentation on social media was becoming less and less effective. People are much more interested in you as an individual, in what you bring to the table, in your personal styles. And especially as introverts, we probably have spent our whole lives trying to fit into a world that in many cases is not built for introverts. And so when I first heard brand yourself and not your company, it was like this huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. And I kind of dove deep into this to learn more about it. Okay, so just a kind of tip of the iceberg, kind of going through this part of the framework. And I have it as the third part of the framework. You guys, I'm always cold. So I'm sitting on a heating pad, but I'm getting a little hot. It's starting to cook a little bit. So if you saw me reaching back here, it was because I had the heating pad switch. Okay, I'm sure cooling is happening. Okay, so branding yourself. The first little point here. This builds trust between you and your potential client. Okay, so they don't have a screen of you're trying to sell me something when you're walking toward them virtually. Okay, they get to know, like, and trust you. For you, which is that not just a better feeling than you just representing a brand? And some people like to hop between different direct selling companies. And it can be almost detrimental if you are known as that one person brand and you decide for some reason to go to a different company or start something different altogether. Okay, The next little tick as to why this is important is they know, like, and trust you. Okay, so it builds trust between you and your potential client. Just trust as I want to get to know this person better. The thing that really helps to solidify the relationship is that it moves to the next level. They know, like, and trust you. This creates alignment with who you really are and what you're building. Okay, so that's why that felt like that huge weight was lifted off of me when I was learning about branding yourself. This isn't about me and my company and potentially a whole bunch of other people that are available to sell my product. Okay, this isn't about that. It's about who I am as a human being. And not only did this help with getting rid of the idea of lack mentality, like, well, there's all these consultants and, heaven forbid she go to somebody else because I didn't have anything. And there was a whole thing of lack mentality about this whole thing. So it creates an alignment with who you really are and what you're building. And so this allows you not only to build something that aligns with you, but it allows you to be who you really are, which is not just a limit. You're not just in a box of your company. You're who you are. And that is going to attract so many more people than coming into a situation saying, hey, I sell blah, blah, blah. Okay. I hope that you resonate with this. The next one is it ends burnout. So we can only fit in the box for so long. Even if the box is really well wrapped, it has really great intentions, it has really great leadership. As introverts, we spend so much time in here that being in a system that requires us to spend more time in here because we're trying to figure out how to do this to feel good inside our bodies, that it can lead to burnout. It can lead to burnout. Okay, finally, if anything ever happens to your company, you still have a tribe. Okay. Okay, so this, I started learning more about this before COVID, and a lot of the direct selling companies out there are very established, are very firm in who they are and where they are. They're in many different countries, they're, worldwide, they're very established. But then, a worldwide pandemic happens and we see a little bit of instability, a little bit of people not knowing, whoa, what's going to happen? Like, never in a bazillion years had we ever thought that thought before. But as powerful as a direct selling company is, as great as their product is, as fabulous as their salespeople, honestly, you cannot guarantee that something is going to happen or not going to happen that will disrupt that balance. And so if you are branding yourself instead of being the brand that represents the company that you're with, you are going to attract and create customers, contacts, people that know, like, and trust you, regardless of what happens in life. So this gave me such a feeling of control, power, and I was empowered. And to know that every time I'm posting something, I'm building something for my future. You never say never say forever, right? You never know what's going to happen. And so in coming to social media in this way, you're going to be having more of an empowered feeling of having more control over what's happening. And you're going to be so much happier with the results. So I wanted to go over that part of the framework with you today. I had some big announcements and I know that I'm heading toward 15 minutes. So I got to wrap this up. But number one, I wanted to share with you that I'm going to be picking a date here in the next day or two that will, we're going to do a deep dive. We're going to do a deep dive into this framework and not just 15-minute videos here and there. Okay. And so I'm going to come up with a date and I will create an event within the group. But I want your help. I would love your help and inviting people that who are in direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it, who are introverts. They are interested in leadership. Females, I prefer females. But invite them to the group and get in the group. If you're not in the group already, like I said, I'll post that because I'm streaming this to our group and to YouTube. but I really feel that this can touch a lot of people's lives and give them a lot of hope that maybe over their time recently, that they have begun to either plateau or are not seeing the results that they could see otherwise. Okay, so that date is coming. And secondly, I am doing a collaboration with some other people soon, within the next month or two, month and a half, here in the Facebook group, where I'm going to bring some really great guest speakers in to really fill your cup and to maybe teach you some new things having to do with the framework, because I'm learning with you. And so if I can find some people that can teach this more strongly than I can, I want to be sure that you have access to that. So here is to a great day. And let me know if there some of the other videos below, if you're in the group, which ones you like the most, because I'm trying to feel out which ones I want to keep providing for you that you're getting something from. So here is to a great rest of your week, everybody. And I think, check the, if you're watching YouTube, go ahead and check the description for those links, okay? And we'll talk to you next time.